Yo, what's good, guys? It's your boy Anime Mega Reviews, and today I got my Black Clover chapter 275 chapter prediction. Not necessarily a preview because the preview is going to come out later tonight when I drop the spoiler video. Hopefully, they come out tonight at around like 12 a.m. because last time they came out around 4 a.m. And I saw some people that were pretty dedicated to uploading videos at 4 a.m. in the morning. Like, that's dedication. So I know for a fact that I got to get on that same level. I can't be lacking. So I'm going to definitely be dedicated tonight. And I just know that it's going to be pretty epic, especially with what we saw last week in the Black Clover chapter. I just can't wait to see what Yuki Tabata is going to bring out his bag because I have a feeling that it's going to be something very surprising. But who knows? I could be wrong, but without further ado, let's get right into this prediction video. Also, I do have some new Black Clover anime news for you guys towards the end, so just stick around and you're going to hear it because it's pretty exciting. So anyway, I think that is going to be a continuation, of course, last week where we saw Meroleona fighting the demon. Now, I'm not exactly too sure if she has the power just yet to defeat this demon on her own. Her job is to hold it off, but at the same time, just like how Yami was training to get this powerful, he was powerful enough to fight Dante at 80%. I just have no doubt that Meroleona was doing the same exact thing. Let us remind ourselves, or let's just not forget that Meroleona actually took some time away from the Clover Kingdom for a long time just to train herself in the wilderness and was able to master a technique that involved monozone. She means business. Like, when I mean she mean business, I mean, like, look, y'all, like, I'm serious. She may be on the level of Yami right now. She may be more powerful because she certainly was towards the end of the last arc. And also, kind of to go off of a side note, one of my predictions for this week's chapter, and even maybe next week or the week after that, is going to be that we're going to receive some information about this demon. Now, so far, we do know how these demons are actually formed. It's because of a forbidden ritual and negative mana, and that is how these huge, monstrous, colossal, titan-sized demons are actually made in the first place. We know that an individual has to fall into despair, like Lit, for instance, and that is the reason why he turned to the huge creature, and sadly, Lumiere had to finish him off. But we know next to nothing about this creature right here. Like, who was the human that did this? Obviously is a human, and also the creature looks facially wise different than the elf, because of course Lit was an elf, so I have to say the elf, which is referring to Lit. But they look somewhat different in the face, but overall they're very similar. Now, if you guys are familiar with one of my videos that I just dropped on my channel, I actually theorized with the help of one of my subscribers that this was a person that was related to Yuno, possibly his mother or father. And I definitely know that this theory is not 100% foolproof, or this prediction might not actually come true. And this person could actually not be related to Yuno at all. It could just be a poor, unfortunate soul that rubbed the Dark Triad the wrong way. However, I definitely expect some type of reveal in the fight between Meroleona and this creature, because we already know that Meroleona is going to go ham. Like, she's just going to go in, and I could definitely see that she's going to land maybe a finishing blow in the creature, and then all of a sudden this creature may transform back into the human that it once was, or possibly have some type of words. We actually saw this with Lumiere and Lit, where even though Lit was in this monstrous demonic form, he was still able to say to Lumiere, please kill me. And that is something that is very sad. And if that happens with Meroleona and this creature, well, we already know that Meroleona, like, she don't care. Like, she definitely is going to show no mercy. But I can definitely see her kind of pausing a little bit and maybe revealing this to the other captains later on during this arc, that this was a person, maybe the queen or the king of the Spade Kingdom, which of course would be Yuno's father or mother. And this could further kind of put that chip on Yuno's shoulder, because he's already going through a lot. And I know that several people on this channel think that I hate Yuno. I do not hate Yuno. I think that his character is jealous of Asa right now because Asa is surpassing him by leaps and bounds. I definitely believe that Yuno's going to close the gap. But at the same time, there's something different with Yuno, and I'm glad to see this transformation with his character. My prediction is that he's going to become more of like an edgier character, not necessarily like Sasuke or Vegeta, but just someone that's kind of a little more darker, because he's been through a whole lot. I mean, he's just found out about his family being murdered by Zenon, and maybe we actually might get a confrontation between Zenon and Yuno in the next chapter. However, I just think it's going to be in future chapters, most likely with the Golden Dawn. But this actually leads me to my next prediction for this chapter. And I know this may seem kind of fast, but it's a great possibility that we may actually get to see the captains go towards the Tree of Cliff Off in terms of, like, you know, like the circle. We actually saw this in Black Clover chapter 273, where they're around this circle, Yami and William. And I think that we may see the captains actually interact with this circle, possibly try to stop the ritual. Now, my question about this is, who's guarding the circle right now? I don't think that Xenon and the Dark Triad are stupid enough to leave it unguarded, so most likely we may see some fights between the captains and the Dark Disciples, possibly Vonica, although I do not know where Vonica is at all, but I'm going to get into that prediction later in the video. But that's kind of on a side note. I do expect the captains to have more of a role in this chapter. I just don't really know like what it is. Like Noct, he's fully like leading this battle. Like he pretty much is. Like he is the captain. He is telling them where to go because he has the schematics, he has the plans. However, my other prediction is that we actually might see Yuno and Langris going off on their own. We know that Yuno, he's on this mission for vengeance, for justice, for not just the Golden Dawn, but possibly for his parents as well. He wants to take Xenon out. Can I see Yuno and Langris kind of going their own way, thinking they could do it? Absolutely. Now, I would definitely say out of all my predictions that I'm going to make in this video, this has a high possibility of happening. Now, why might I say this? Well, for one thing, if we look how Yuno has been in the past few chapters, especially when we look at the captain's meeting, he blatantly states that he's going to be the one to take out Xenon, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but it's clear just from his intentions and the way how he's presenting his character is that he wants to do this all by himself. And even Asta has to remind him during the captain's meeting, like, hey, bro, look, we're all going to do this together. Don't try to do this on your own. And although Yuno doesn't blatantly say this, you kind of get the hint that this is something that he wants to do. He doesn't necessarily want to work with everyone. He feels like that he has to be the one to do this. He feels like that he let the Golden Dawn down because he wasn't powerful enough, and he's trying to pick it up all on his own. Now, fast forward a few chapters, as recently in Black Clover chapter 273, we see that he says that he wants to clean up everything before Asta even arrives. He says, look, I'm going to have it all wrapped up before my boy even gets here. Now, why is this a bad thing? Because Yuno is going to do this on his own. Now, why would Langris go along with it? Langris is prideful in of himself. He wants to do things on his own as well. He is a lone wolf. He even went on a whole journey by himself just to kind of get his mind straight, but at the same time, he wants to become more powerful, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but both these characters have their motivations for trying to take out Xenon by themselves, because if they do succeed, that's going to be something to add to the accolades. Yuno and Langris take out Xenon by themselves. That's pretty incredible, because usually it would take a whole team effort just to take out one Dark Triad member if the captains are not as powerful as Yami. So that's something just to think about, is that we could definitely see in Black Clover chapter 275, Yuno and Langris going off on their own and doing it by themselves. And I believe they're going to get their cheese clapped by Xenon if they do this, because we have not seen Xenon in 80% devil form just yet. And I believe that's way too much for Yuno and Langris despite their training. And now for my final prediction, I am so tired of saying this. I've been saying this till I'm blue in the face. Can we please see a continuation of the arc between Noelle versus Vonica and Lopatrika? Can we please see what's going on with Laurel? Like, seriously, she has been TKO'd for maybe possibly 10 plus chapters now. Can we see what's going on with her? What is Vonica's plans for this woman? Now, we know, of course, that she wants to hold Lopatrika so that Noelle can become more powerful, maybe as powerful as Acer, but that's not really going to happen within 2 days, even with Ultimate Magic. So I have no idea what Vonica really wants to do with Laurel. Maybe it involved the Tree of Cliff-Off. Who knows? Also, what happened to Undain? Like, can we please see what happened to Gaja? The Heart Kingdom, like, we just got to see what's going on there. Are any of the Spirit Guardians going to be involved in the war between the Heart Kingdom and the rest of the kingdoms versus the Spade Kingdom? Like, seriously, can we please see what's going on in the Heart Kingdom right now? Like, I really just want to know. There's so much lore that happened during 265 with I think the elves have like not like a spirit guardian, but like a guardian that's overwatching the Elven Kingdom and the Heart Kingdom. I think it's like an oracle or something like that. I actually want to see what it is. Is it like another elemental spirit? Like, what is it? Is it like a god in the Black Clover universe? Also, I can't believe I almost forgot to say this, but if you guys saw the recent episode of Black Clover anime episode, I believe it was 155, we saw the Clover Kingdom Magic Knights training with the Spirit Guardians, and I have to say this episode was pretty fire, one of the best episodes I've seen in like a long time. But I just received some news from different social media outlets like Twitter, Reddit, and I believe Instagram as well, that the Black Clover anime series will start animating the Spade Kingdom arc around January 5th. Like, they're going to release that episode, and it's going to be like fire. Like, I just saw the details for it. It was just spoiled. And it's definitely episode, I believe it was 159. And it should take place in the manga around chapter 232. And I believe that the title for it is actually named the same title for that time skip training arc that went into the next chapter of the manga where we saw Asta fighting against the Spade Kingdom soldiers. So yeah, I just can't wait for it. I'm very surprised by it. I am worried that it's going to catch up with the manga pretty soon, but I believe that they said after Asta defeats Dante that is going to go on break for a little bit. So I just can't wait. So just look out for that, guys. But I would definitely say, despite us not seeing what's going on in the Heart Kingdom, I trust that Yuki Tabata knows what he's doing. I just kind of want to get a sneak peek into what's going on at the moment in the Heart Kingdom between Noelle and the rest of the Black Bulls and Charmy and Mimosa. Can we please see finally what's going to happen? Also, where is Rail? Oh, never mind, guys. I just found out that Rail is actually with the captains at the moment. I thought he was in the Heart Kingdom. That's my mistake. Anyway, guys, that does it for me today. Watch out for the Black Clover chapter 275 spoiler review coming out tonight. I hope you can check it out and watch it. Also, make sure you comment down below and tell me what you guys loved about this video and maybe agreed or disagreed with my predictions. I'm all up for it as long as it's civil. And as always, make sure you guys stay safe out there and peace.